What's happening, Hardscapers? Today we're revisiting a project from 3 years ago. I'm going to walk you around, show you what we did, as well as some things that we've learned from this project and what we're going to be doing for our client moving forward with it. Let's get into this. So here's one of my favorite projects that we've ever done. It's a tight space. We made as much use of it as possible for our clients, squeezed in a gas fire feature here. This was our second gas fire feature, and this project is 3 years old. We got lighting all around it in the retaining walls. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4 lights around the gas fire feature. I'm gonna walk you around and show you some things. I think it's always good to revisit projects, especially during those warranty years, but also to see how things have grown in, see what the client has actually done since you last visited, and to also get some takeaways from possibly some mistakes you've made in the past or some things that you've learned since you've actually installed things, and to see how you can improve moving forward. So let me walk you around, show you what we're looking at. What I notice is that this fire pit lid seems to be rusting and peeling, which is never good, especially since it's not supposed to do that. It's not going onto the stone, which is fine. There's no rust stains on the natural stone, but no complaints about the burner or anything. The fire glass, always at nighttime, that looks beautiful. Natural stone. The reason why I like natural stone caps is they're natural stone all the way through. They only age better. But even this face mix, man, the stuff looks incredible. So 3 years later, it looks the same as we laid it from the very beginning. It's never been washed, it's never been cleaned, and I could not be happier with the way these face mix slabs look, as well as the borders. The one thing that I will question, not necessarily on using, but on using on these size of stones, is this binding agent. It still works. It's still, I can't pull these stones out, but if you get it right in here, you can see that it's speckled now, it's worn off. It's on me for this because it's actually not spec'd for this size of stone. This 3/4, 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch, I think, upwards of this granite stone. It's really meant for smaller stone. This is more of a test to see if I could use it on this, and perhaps it's worn away, possibly from our cleaning when we did the efflow cleaning on this wall, but also perhaps it's just not meant for this size of stone. So we'll see how I'm gonna reapply it for our clients and see how that goes in the future, and update you guys if this binding agent should not be used on larger stone, or if it's perhaps being worn away from the efflow cleaning that we did previously on this project. Also, the efflow has only reappeared, and in some cases gotten even worse. So hasn't really gotten too bad there, but that's our bad spot right in there that we're gonna have to really address, do our cleaning on it, and also on this side too. That one piece there is really bad, and I'm gonna have to see what I can do about that in our cleaning of this, as well as over there. In terms of the build of this project, we use Gator Base. It looks incredible. I cannot complain about it. And as any Gator Base project, as long as it makes sense to use it, where you dig down 4 inches and it's complete organic material removal, you're down to subsoil, and in this case we were, as well as we just have a flat plane from foundation all the way to the back of the yard. Just a 1/8 of an inch slope all the way back there. We're not dealing with multiple slopes. Gator Base was the best option here, especially considering our access to this project. So the access dictated that even though we could get a machine through this gate, we couldn't get it through the actual between the house and the wall here, and we can't remove any of these panels or anything. That's all up to the association in this area that it actually belongs to them, as well as there's an easement in here, which is why we went black granite for drainage in this area. As well as along the fence, I'll always do this. I will pave up to the fence, especially in this small space where we don't have a lot of room to work with. We want to give our client as much of an area for them to enjoy as possible. So we're going to pave as close to the fence, although some people will argue that what is this? Are people actually going to pull up chairs right to the fence? In my opinion, yeah, I think that's usable space. That if you had more people, you could expand the chairs out, fit more chairs around here, and use up that space. So in that case, you cannot use the fence as your edge restraint. You still need that 4 inches of edge restraint, and we'll throw black granite in there. Does look like it could use a little bit more to hide a little bit more of that edge restraint in there. Another thing that this was the first project that we used this product on is the easy joint. And you can see it could use a good solid cleaning. But if I do dig this with my fingernail, this organic material that's sort of gotten in here, we're already down to, and you can see the original easy joints. And here it's not so bad. There's not as much organic material. It's just in these more shaded areas that it's accumulated. Give this a good pressure washing and it'll be good as new. I can feel it, that it's not falling apart there. It's not like polymeric sand, where if you had this sort of organic wet material, it would just degrade and fall apart, and you'd have to replace the polymeric sand. If I was to pressure wash this, we would be good as new. And we did get a rain last night. There's no standing water whatsoever here, but you can see that the joints are a little bit saturated. Once again, if this was polymeric sand, it would be a much harder fix. Since it's easy joint, pressure wash it, we're good. And as you can see here, where these areas where it does get a lot of sun, we're not getting that sort of organic material build up. It's that typical easy joint gray look in here. So we've got no problems. So what it's telling me, and especially as I'm here now, is that the areas where the sun doesn't shine, we're getting a little bit more of that organic material build up, or just dampness. Every year or every couple of years, giving this a pressure washing would make it look good as new. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comment section below. I'll respond to anybody and everybody that liked this video, found it helpful for whatever reason, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more Hardscaping content like this. Thank you so much for watching.